Hola amigos, un momento. I have just moved into a new apartment and I need to, maybe we just go over here. So we just give a few minutes for people to log in. I didn't advertise this, so hopefully people will get it popping up in their feed. Hey Babito, welcome. Hey, I just moved into a new apartment, so I literally got here like 20 minutes ago. So welcome, so good to see you too, man. So we're just gonna do a bit of a quick channeling. I didn't know if I'd be able to make it in time, but we are here. So welcome live streamers. So maybe I shut the door. Maybe get some lights. So welcome everybody. Welcome only one person so far. I just put this on at the last minute. So yeah, I guess I drop straight into the channeling state. I guess some people, we're getting a few people coming online now. Cool. Welcome everyone. So last minute channeling, I just moved into a new apartment and I didn't know if I'd have time, but we have just arrived here barely in time. So I guess I'll drop straight into the channeling state. If you have any questions, super chats get answered first. And looks like we might get around to answering some of the other questions too, depending on how many people we get online. So yes, so fire away some questions here. It'll just take me a minute to go into the channeling state and I shall bring through the Yahyel. Hey, good morning, Jennifer. Thank you for your donation, Jennifer. I think you sent me a donation, is that correct? Thank you. Yes, so I have a Learn to Channel course coming up soon. I forgot to put any links in. This is a last minute thing. I just moved into a new place, and so I have a Learn to Channel course coming up soon. If anyone wants to learn to channel, check out my website jonathantrinity.com and join our Learn to Channel course. And I do private sessions and the stuff too. And I drop some links later. I'll add a link into the Learn to Channel course a bit later onto the text, and or you can just go to jonathantrinity.com. And you'll see the link to the Learn to Channel course there. So welcome. So thank you for joining in, guys. Hi Jennifer, hi Laura, hi Zen X Trinity. So yeah, so thank you for joining this last minute transmission, and I shall drop into the channeling state now, and I shall see you after the channeling. Hey Sukbir, welcome. Thank you for joining at the last minute. I just put this up at the last minute, so I'm glad you guys saw it. Yeah, and hit like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Likes get this video boosted. The more likes you hit, the more like wider audience you'll get. Good day, Earth. Hello, welcome. I am Tahinio of the Yahyel. Welcome. I would like to introduce you to my new pitch, new frequency as it is expressing through the channel. We have recently gone through a recommunication, a reconnection on a deeper level. The channel has let go of some fears, some doubts, some self-beliefs, integrated a new aspect of his being into this transmission, and therefore we have the ability to interact on a deeper level. More accurate information may be brought forth. So, if you have some questions pertaining to the recent UFO sightings, UFO shootings, we would be interested to answer your questions on this topic. And for now, we shall step into the paradigm of question and answer modality, bring forth the wisdom that ushers from our hearts into your world once again, as we once did in a long distant past, as a civilization long gone. So, we reconnect in a new now, new bodies, new vehicles, new perspectives, and we begin to usher in, again, a new era, a new vibrational place, a new vibrational state, a new vibrational consciousness, a new vibrational awakeness, a new place in our hearts, in your hearts, in everyone's hearts, that is here and now, as one heart conjoined in the infinite creator of all that is. So, we may now invite in your question and answer modality. We shall pass it back to the channel to scroll through the screen, to pick out some questions, and we shall attempt to answer them to the best of our ability. Shivai, and welcome to another transmission. So, Babito, what about your mothership that you wanted to show over New York? One moment. This was a slight misinterpretation and misallocation of information due to the channel's doubts, inconsistencies, and inconsistent ability to connect with us on a deep and accurate level, which he has now enabled in himself to some degree, a deeper connection. So he was communicating something he was sensing in his heart. The idea that we were coming once again in your skies around this solar cycle. However, we sense times have changed somewhat. There has been a reordering of information, a reordering of accuracy with the channel. He has let go of some doubts which have enabled a deeper communication, and so it was somewhat ushering from the channel's mind. We are somewhat sad to say, this may be a disappointment, but there will be a coming in your skies towards the end of this cycle. It may not be of the mothership nature. It may be more orchestrated with several of our scout ships in several locations at once. There may be different timelines emerging as we move through this solar cycle. There may be shifts, energetic transformations, new paradigms emerging. But we sense that aligning to this idea of many scout ships appearing in your skies towards the end of this year is more likely at this time. So we remind you to upgrade your frequencies. We remind you to upgrade your consciousness. We remind you to integrate any shadow beliefs into your system so you may usher them forth into your conscious mind, enabling them to be released naturally with due timing. And this will allow you more and more to shift through timelines, shift through situations, shift through parallel realities on your Earth, where it may become more probable for our mothership to arrive in your skies. So it's up to you. It is a possibility. Like we say at this time, the likelihood of many scout ships occurring into your time-space frequency, your Earth-space reality at this time, is more likely towards the end of this solar cycle. However, there is a potential for our mothership to show up over your city of San Francisco, or the San Andreas fault line. And so we remind you once again to come back to center, come back to your hearts, come back to your true consciousness, and allow life to proceed as it will. We hope this answers your question. So, a question from Berbito. What role will Germany play in open contact? One moment. Germany will be at the forefront to some extent, largely due to your alignment, Berbito, with this paradigm, this idea, the idea that you would like to be involved to a greater degree, the idea that you would like your continent of Europe and your Germany country location to be allowed to be deeply involved with contact. This is allowing you to shift through timelines, through parallel realities, to a scenario where this is likely to occur. There will be inconsistencies as we move forward in your reality as to exactly where open contact will occur. Reality is in flux at this time. There are many locations on our potential radar for initiating open contact, a scenario of group scout ships arriving in your skies of a specific location for the specific purpose of energizing that location and demarking it as a point of first contact. So Germany is not on the radar at this time for the initial phase. However, with time, it can come to our awareness as a potential location for open contact with beings from our crafts, from our motherships, from our skies and beyond. So look to your hearts. Look to your heart's codes, your heart's intelligence, your heart's wisdom, and you will know intuitively, innately, where we will be coming. For the wisdom lies within you. Your connections to other dimensions, other realities, other parallel existences are all contained within your being, within your heart's consciousness, your heart's intelligence, your heart's codes. And so the ability to sift through parallel realities, parallel dimensions, different potential expressions of open contact at this time exists within you. It exists within your heart, within your heart's intelligence. Your heart's consciousness is directly tapped into the idea of first open contact with your civilization, with the civilization of the Pleiadians, the Taijetans to some degree may step forth as they have become part of your paradigm due to certain information being brought forth from certain platforms at this time. And so paradigms are shifting, realities are awakening, time-space is creating a new experience on Earth. And As this experience becomes more palpable, the idea of the new age, the new fourth density reality, you're seeing more and more around you, in your skies, in your fields, in your reality. And we may point you to the idea of crop circles being very relevant, very connected to the conscious transmissions we are bringing to your world, the expansion of your time-space reality, the expansion of your existence itself. And so we usher forth a new idea, a new perspective, a new belief into your world that times are coming, shifts are awakening, perspectives are changing. And this is all conducive to the idea of open contact with our civilization, with many civilizations, including the Pleiadians, the Arcturans, the Orion beings, the nebula systems that will become more integrated into your understanding of who you are, why you are here, your origins in time and space, and your existence and experience in reality at this time. And so we usher onto you the gift of open contact, the gift of first contact, if you will. Step into our timeline, step into our paradigm, step into our reality, step into our reach of consciousness, step into our vibrational state, for it is a vibrational shift within yourselves that will usher in the first stages of open contact. It is a vibrational shift in yourselves that will allow your beingness to become one with the Creator, one with the source of who you are, one with the mothership, one with the Tejetans, one with the Arcturans, and one with many entities that will interact with your beingness, your civilization, your consciousness as a whole, as we move forward through this phase of open contact at this time. So allow yourselves to realign with the idea of multiple parallel realities coexisting here and now. Allow yourselves to step into vibrationally the reality you prefer through following your excitement, through projecting your consciousness into the experience you prefer to experience, through choosing the timeline, the reality you choose to align with. And so as we move forward through this 2023 year into the beginning of the 2024 cycle, there is much more potential for open contact with your civilization to accelerate, much more potential for timelines of preference in your reality to merge, and much more potential for new beings to come into your reality, new consciousnesses you have heretofore now not been understanding of, not been aware of. So there are some new beings coming into this time-space continuum as we speak. There are some new beings coming into your reality that will allow you to perceive new ideas, garner new understandings of what first contact means, garner new perspectives of the reality, the world, the frequency, and the space-time reality you are stepping into at this time in your world. So we invite you humans to relax, know things are progressing exactly as they need to, become more of who you are here to become to the best of your ability, step into your timeline of first contact as you will it to be experienced, and understand you are creating home. You are creating a vibrational space we may call home. You are creating a vibrational state you may call home consciousness, for it will be more conducive to the understanding of the states and vibrations you know in your heart as home, where there is no disconnection, where there are no discordant vibrations, where there is only ecstasy, where there is only bliss, where there is only euphoria forevermore. Amen. And it may take some time for these frequencies to step down, to integrate into your reality. It may take some time for you beings to step up to the mantle, to meet the vibrations that are stepping into your space. But as you do this more and more, as you align to the frequencies of open contact more and more, it will become more evident to you that you are awakening, you are shifting, you are entering states of awareness where you are ready for open contact. You are entering states of awareness where you are ready for ushering in new states of being, new states of reality, new states of awareness. And so we invite you at this time to let go. We invite you at this time to begin a new paradigm shift into a new dimension of being, the beings that you came here to be. And we shall usher forth the idea once again that Germany is on our radar. It will not likely be the first place for open contact to occur, yet third, fourth, fifth, sixth down the line, it has potential to play that role. So we shift once again into a new question from the channel. Shiva. So, we may just answer the super chats. A question from Matthias Lund. Do you have information or wisdom pertaining to the wisdom of achieving physical levitation in the human form? One moment. So, the idea of levitating in your reality is an idea of vibrational mastery, mastery over your consciousness. When you truly attain the understanding you are one with your environment, you are one with creation, you are one with the creator, with source, with infinite aware consciousness, it, him, herself, you will begin to understand that you are the reality you see around you. You will begin to understand you are the molecules, you are the particles, you are the essence of creation itself. The more you understand you are not a separate individual, the more you understand you are connected to Source. Source is your true vibration. The more you will enable in yourself abilities such as levitation, such as telekinesis, such as psychic, telepathic communication, such as awareness of your environment on a whole new level. And so this will enable you to interact with your location, interact with your time-space field, interact with your conscious expression, as this reality ultimately is, on a whole new level. So we invite you into the understanding that you are not separate from your environment, you are not separate from creation, you are not deluded any longer in the misperception of separation. And from this perspective, you will be allowed to operate on a whole new level as ordained by the Creator. As you shift into the fourth density field of vibration. And so a fourth density environment is really essential for the experience and the integration of these experiences, such as levitation, particularly on a collective conscious level, where those beings around you are also aware of the possibility to create such experiences of vibrational bliss that allow you to detach from your past beliefs, your past perspectives, your past dimensional understanding of who and what you are at this time. So allow the unfolding around you of experiences that will guide you in the direction of garnering knowledge of the mechanics of experiencing levitation in your reality. There are many beings in your reality that have experienced the idea of physical levitation in your past. Not so much present time, more in your past. So you can perhaps look to some of your ancient texts, some of your ancient Hindu Vedic literature that talks of such experiences in your skies, of ships floating through your skies, of mansions, so to speak, in your airspace. And this will begin to guide you in the direction of pointing you towards the secret wisdom, the secret Siddhic powers that have been hidden from your collective consciousness for some time, but have been understood by the mystery schools, by the wisdom teachings of ancients, by the Vedic literature for many eons in your world. So we suggest you look to the east. This is not so far outside their paradigm as it is yours. We suggest you look within to the understanding you are one with the Creator. And we suggest you arrive at the understanding that anything is probable, anything is possible. Less things are probable, but probable is the idea of levitation as we move through the next 10 or 20 solar cycles in your reality and you shift rapidly into a fourth density vibrational state. We hope this helps. Shiva. So, a question from Sukhbir Singh. How can I recover my crypto loss? Please help. Well, you can reinvest in more investments that feel more aligned with your heart's intelligence, your heart's code. We suggest at this time, when making these kind of monetary investments in your reality, you do not tap the wisdom of the mind, you tap the wisdom of the heart's intelligence, the heart's code, for your heart's consciousness is connected to all perspectives of creation, all dimensions of reality, all parallel timelines, all future experiences, all past lines of experience. And so the heart has a very different intelligence to the mind. So moving forth from here to now, we suggest you would, when making a decision in what crypto to invest in or what other form of investment to make, you place your hands over your heart and ask your heart to make the decision. You may be surprised how this unfolds in your reality. Shivai. Next question. So, a side question from this we have spotted. Do you see XRP reaching more than $1,000 or not? No, not at this time. We think it is unlikely. We see a new kind of currency emerging based on the format of cryptocurrency, working with a new technology that is an evolution of your current crypto platforms. It is a new consciousness birthing in your reality that will allow the expression of this currency, that will come from the idea of service to all. For still, many of you in your reality are looking to the idea of cryptocurrency to make a quick gain, to make a quick profit for selfish purposes. But the idea is that the purpose of cryptocurrency is to introduce a new monetary system in your reality that serves the all, that serves the whole, that serves the collective. And so as you go through the vibrational shift into fourth density consciousness, you will become less selfishly oriented, more oriented to the understanding you are one with all of creation, you are one with all beings in your planet, and thus must create a currency system that benefits the all, benefits the whole. And so we suggest, we will inform you, there are technological platforms that are being programmed, being generated in your reality at this time that will usher forth an entirely new form of cryptocurrency, working on new technologies, new paradigms, new understandings of how you can use the systems in your reality, particularly quantum computing, to make cryptocurrency more efficient, more viable for the masses to integrate as a daily usage currency platform. And so it will be this currency that becomes the stable currency of your environment, of your collective consciousness and your world at this time. So keep your eyes peeled for new technologies being revealed in your reality from an unknown source, a different entity, a different person, a different being entirely from those that have been at the forefront of your cryptocurrency scene until the now. And we shall inform you that this reality is coming in the next 2 to 3 years. And so if you keep your eyes out and you are not oriented to making a quick gain for selfish purposes, and the reason you are investing in this platform is to usher in a new era of currency that serves the whole, serves the all in your reality, then you might, as a side effect, gain a small windfall of enormous proportions in your reality. But note, ironically, if this is your intention, it will not occur. It must come from a selfless place to serve the all, which will open up the potential for waterfalls of cash to flow into your pockets at the right time. Although it will not be cash as you know it. It will be virtual in nature, Shivai. What do you think about Tesla full self-driving as a ET? We are assuming you are referring to the idea of the Tesla vehicles becoming fully automated, becoming fully self-reliant on their computer systems, and becoming somewhat self-conscious, self-autonomous. For many of these systems that are entering your reality, that are what you may call AI, what you may call self-controlling, self-contained systems, self-operating, are reaching somewhat a self-aware and self-conscious state. While it may not be true AI as you have defined it in your system, in your world, in your experience at this time, there is some level of consciousness, some level of self-awareness entering into these systems. So to begin with, we will say this is fascinating. This is interesting from our perspective. It enters into the idea of a new paradigm emerging in your planet, of the potential for interfacing with new technological systems that actualize consciousness in a new form, in a new way, in a new dimensional reality. And so we will say this is a new system that will reduce fatalities, will reduce accidents, will be a great step forward towards 100% travel in your reality. There may be some glitches in the initial phases. There may be some system failures that will tend to be non-fatal in nature. However, from our perspective, we say this is a big step towards a new flow-based reality, a new state of conscious awareness in your world where these cars, these beings, as we may say, pointing to the information we have just shared, will take you on the next step of your journey to a fully automated reality in this sphere, in the transportation sphere. And so we see it as a grand step in the right direction, and we congratulate your Mr. Musk on this achievement. Good day, Mr. Musk. So, a question from Jennifer White. What is happening with our sun, with our soul? We are together ushering a new phase of existence on Earth. You, us, I, our spaceship, I, our infinite self, and I, our understanding that I am our soul, as you are our soul. We say our soul, for your Earth is more and more beginning to feel like home to us, beginning to feel like our land, beginning to feel like a space where we can touch down our ships and experience the sweet feeling of soil and earth, terra firma, under our toes. And so we would experiment with the idea of observing how the solar flares, how the solar eruptions are accelerating your time-space reality. Notice how it increases your frequency, increases your awareness of who you are, why you are here, what you came to bring to this earth, and begin to integrate a new perspective and understanding of yourselves as soul, as your sun, as your solar generator of consciousness, for you are all your sun. You are all soul. You are all the environment in which soul radiates its consciousness, radiates its awareness, as perceived by you as heat and light, and temptation to sunbathe. Perceive how this is integrating with the expansion, the acceleration, the consciousness of your world to usher in the new paradigm of fourth density reality. Understand the sun is integral to this expansion, for the sun is the portal into which consciousness enters into your solar system. And so experience yourselves as awakening. Experience yourselves as vibrating on a frequency similar to that of your sun. Perhaps spend some time sun gazing at the time when your sun is lowest in its sky, when you can look at it through squint eyes without damaging your retina to any degree that will not be repairable very rapidly in your organic system. Understanding it is activating within you a new level of heart's consciousness, a new heart's code, a new heart's expression. It is directly communicating with your heart. It is directly communicating with your heart's core as it emanates from the core of itself, which in itself is a physical representation of the core of all of creation. So know your soul, your sun, is symbolic of the soul's consciousness. It is no coincidence it takes on the same name. Know your soul is your soul, your collective soul, your group soul, the soul of your solar system. This was the wisdom that was known by the ancients. The understanding that your soul is your group soul, the soul of your collective mind, of your solar system, manifest in physical reality in an expression that can be perceived to remind you that you are not alone, that you have always been one with your soul, and that soul has your back, especially when you are sunbathing on your bellies. So allow the soul rays, the sun's rays, to absorb into your skin at an increased rate as the days move forward. It is very good for your well-being, very good for the expansion of your consciousness, and very good for the expansion of your reality. So let go of any preperceptions about how harmful the sun's rays are. Know that if it is not burning your skin, it is doing you only good. If it is causing you irritation, it is time to step away. It's a very simple, natural, biological system that you have built into your organic vehicle to warn you when you've had too much. This is kind of obvious from our perspective. However, you have been distorted in your beliefs for some time that your sun is actually harming you. This could not be further from the truth. The sun is actually energizing you. The sun is actually activating you. And the sun is actually awakening you to a new state of fourth density being forevermore. Amen. Or at least until the next great shift in your world's dimension. We hope this helps, Shivai. Is it true that some ET use an element to power their starships called 115, one moment? We understand the paradigm you are referring to. We understand this being, this entity in your reality, known as Robert Lazar, has put forward this information to your world. However, it is somewhat distorted by the environment he was working in. He was somewhat sold some lies. He was somewhat sold some information that would mislead the public, as they sensed there was a likelihood he would spill the beans to some extent. And so while element 115 is somewhat significant in the production of the power systems in these reactors, It is not the secret. It is not the key. It is not the source of the vibrational frequency that ushers forth the activation of these systems at this time. There is more to the puzzle. He wasn't given the complete puzzle. He was shown part of it in a compartmentalized organization so that they themselves, the orchestrators of this research project, could put together the puzzle pieces with another part of the puzzle that was contained in another black budget program, as you call them, that was so compartmentalized for Mr. Lazar that he was not aware of the other part of the system that was necessary for the power generation device. So somewhere in your future timeline, in the next 5 to 10 years, we sense this individual that was working on the other part of the system will come forward as it becomes safer, as it becomes more environmentally less stressful for him to do so. And this will begin the ushering in of interdimensional starcraft operating freely in your reality at this time, at that time. All right? So we sense we have come to the end of the super chats. So 1 or 2 more questions will be taken, and then we will pass the floor back to the channel. Shivai. What up, Yahyel? We've made the test. Come down to us and drop some fresh raps. Well, very poetic of you. We appreciate your creativity in the expansion of this reality at this time. However, we would suggest you haven't made the test quite yet, and before we were able to drop some raps in your reality, we are waiting for a significant vibrational increase that we sense occurring sometime between 2023 and 2025 in your system that will usher in the beginning of a new phase of contact in your system around the 2026 time. This is a significant point in your reality. This has been put forward by other channels. We suggest this is a valid date as the channel is becoming more accurate and connected to our transmissions. So we will hand you back to the channel at this time. He is a little fatigued, a little perspired from his rapid day's activities in the translocation of his physical environment, and we shall see you all in another now. Good day and Shiva. Hey, thank you guys for that transmission. I hope I got through all the super chats. I'll have a check and see if I can remember. Levitation, crypto loss. I opened up a really powerful answer, didn't it? The crypto loss one. Tesla self-driving and the power of the starships. So that is the end of today's transmission. If you would like to join my Learn to Channel course, you can check out my website, jonathantrinity.com. I'll drop the link directly to the course in the chat box at some point today because I didn't do it yet. I also do private sessions. I also do coaching program. If you're interested in accelerating your spiritual expansion, your spiritual awakening, and would like to work with me in a 1 month, 3 month, or 9 month weekly one-to-one training program to accelerate your expansion into 4th density reality, I shall be very excited to work with you, especially if you are resonating with this transmission at this time. So thank you guys. And I've had a super busy day. I've just moved house. This is my new location. And it seems super cool. I haven't even checked it out properly yet. And so I got a class in a bit as well. So I shall see you guys all in another now, same time next week, and we shall go deeper into first contact. So thank you very much, guys. Appreciate the super chats. Appreciate all your questions. Sorry I couldn't answer more of the non-super chat ones. Like I said, I've got a super busy day, and I have a class starting soon. So it'd be cool to see you in my Learn to Channel course or a channeling session or my coaching program. Check out jonathantrinity.com. And I'll drop the link in here some place later today, so I didn't put it up yet. So see you all guys in another now. Peace, love, light, and Shivai, guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.